And now we are going to have a very special treat. We have Karen's good friend and essential support, Charmaine van Helvoort, and she's been absolutely brilliant in organising both this launch and last weekend's Relay for Life. She's a very special person. And Charmaine is going to read us an extract from 2 Years to Normal. The section is titled Tough as Old Rope, and it serves to illustrate the honesty and the humour that I think we've both seen just now and can see in the writing of this wonderful book. So please welcome Charmaine.
Telling the children that their mother has cancer was probably the most difficult conversation I've ever had. Their little faces dropped, and I was immediately overcome with guilt for having a disease that was out of my control. "Are you going to die?" said Steph. Trying to sound as positive as I could, I said, "Well, I hope not. But you know, everybody is going to die at some point. We just don't know when." "But Mummy, are you going to die?" Saz knitted his brow with confusion, not really understanding what cancer meant. "Well, I'm going to have the surgery to take away the cancer, and then I should be okay." "But Joey's mum died from cancer last year," Tom said. I thought he would connect the two. 9-year-olds are pretty quick. "Yes, she did, but that doesn't mean everybody who has cancer dies from it. There are many cancer survivors, not just victims." Tom was at an age now where he couldn't pull the wool over his eyes. I just wish I could pull the wool over mine. "Listen, guys, let's be positive about this." "Why?" said Steph, bowing her head. "Simply because there's nothing else we can do." It sounded convincing enough. If only I believed it myself. Dr. O'Shea was back from his Eastern States trip. I went to see him, and we had a long discussion about my impending surgery. I knew that the surgery was relatively radical, and I hadn't fully taken in how invasive it was going to be. It would take a few hours, and in that time, Dr. O'Shea would cut a 1 to 2 centimetre margin around the site of the tumour. That is a huge piece of tongue to lose. Once the tricky part of the surgery was finished, he would insert a feeding tube into my throat and nose for nutrition purposes, and finally put an oxygen mask on my face to increase airflow. The drip feeding the anaesthetic would be used for pain relief, and from what I could gather, I would be needing this one the most. Dr. O'Shea was wary of the tongue swelling and blocking the upper airway, cutting off my breathing. He said it might be necessary during the surgery to perform an in case of emergency tracheotomy, but he would decide at the time. My speech would also be affected considerably, so I would be given a magnadoodle as my way of communication. I was beginning to feel nervous and very protective of my tongue, despite it being plagued with cancer. "What if I don't have the surgery?" I questioned Dr. O'Shea. He paused and then said, "You will die. This type of cancer is known to be aggressive. You may be lucky and get 6 to 12 months, maybe longer, but it will kill you if it is untreated." 6 to 12 months? Was he kidding? It takes me that long to clear the clutter from my laundry bench. I really couldn't take it all in. "Better have the surgery then," I said. "Do you have any questions?" Dr. O'Shea smiled. "No thanks. I think I've heard enough for one day." I stood, indicating that the appointment was over. I didn't want to hear anything else. "See you Saturday morning then. Take care." He outstretched his huge hand and gently shook mine. I nodded, but had no more words.
writing the book and for getting us all to come here and share on this wonderful occasion. I believe you have a few words you would like to say. Karen,
when I thought about making a speech at my launch, I pondered many angles to take. But the more I thought about it, I realised that what I most wanted to do was to thank those that really make a difference to my daily life. And I thought the best place to start is with my family. So if my family could come up. As you can see, I truly do have a beautiful family. My husband Andrew, daughter Steph, big son Tom, and son Saz. I know that tonight is a really special night because my handsome husband has put a razor to his face. And my children are wearing shoes. So, at the guys and Samuel's loving this. But seriously, we all hope to experience one great love in our life. But I got lucky as I got 4. And don't want talking to you. Never listens. Doesn't know where we are. Sad heart. You guys will always be bigger than the sky. And I love you all very much. But enough of that. Let's talk about Hannah, my dog. Hannah is also part of our family. She did want to come tonight, but she had a walk today and is very tired. So she's at home. She isn't quite as big as the sky, but she is a silver lining in every cloud. And I love her very much as well. I've been blessed with many friends, both near and far, and some of those far people are here tonight. And when I think about my friends, you just can't see Shine, so. When I think about my friends, I smile, and I smile broadly because I'm really very, very lucky. I probably don't say enough, but your friendships, they really do mean a lot to me. So I'm saying it now and remember it, because I may not say it until I launch my next book.